Hi, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. So, welcome. I am so glad you're here. Thank you for being part of the channel. The reason why I needed to take a couple of days, I had a lot going on over this last week, a lot. And I had a very sick little fur baby, and no one could quite figure out what was going on. She's fine now. She seems to be recovering. So, all is well. And it's not one that you regularly see. And of course, Miss Maggie is back there on her normal bed. So anyway, thank you all. So this morning I asked, what is the dominant energy or vibe for the collective today? And what I heard was, and what I felt, because they gave me a feeling this time too. I'm Holly. I'm a psychic medium, an energy reader. But I use tarot and oracle as a jumping off point. So this is a general reading. Please understand it is only a general reading and it cannot apply to everyone. Thank you. If so inclined, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. Thank you. And thank you for all your lovely and wonderful comments. I really deeply appreciate them. All right. And I know others appreciate all of the rest of the community too. So thank you. All right. Back to where I was. I asked for the dominant energy for the collective today, and what I felt was as though I were being just kind of wrapped and held and just, I mean, how many of us, a hug is so important sometimes. Just a hug. And for years, I know I didn't have that for years. And part of it is because, I got my bubble I got to protect, got my perimeter I got to protect and have boundaries. But also there was no one that sometimes you genuinely want to hug or hold you. It's a very personal exchange of energy. And so sometimes we need that. I mean, even babies that are not picked up in the first, I don't know, however many months to a year, I guess, of life, their brains don't even develop as fully as babies that are completely held and given that human touch. And it takes a long time to come back from that if it can be counteracted. And so human touch is important. And I'm not talking about anything, have fun, be you, go on out there and do what you need to do. But it's just this sense of, I felt like a warm blanket had been placed around me on a cold day. It was that kind of feeling with gentleness, tenderness, and compassion. And if there's no one in your life to hold you like that, then do it for yourself. I mean, it's a very emotional feeling. So be gentle with yourself, be kind to yourself, nurture yourself, do whatever it is you need to do to bring that nurturing around you. And the other part that I heard was also remember how fortunate you are and what you do have, because that's also going to be important. Remember how fortunate, if you want to use the word blessed, I heard that. If you want to hear the word lucky, I heard that. But remember how many things you do and gifts and people or whatever it is. No matter how little someone has, they always have something to be grateful for. And if nothing else, it's the chance of hope. Okay? If you woke up breathing, you were given a gift of life. So, having said that, today, let's just be gentle with ourselves and each other, please. All right. Interestingly, I picked up this mug. I call this my peacock mug because it always reminds me of a peacock feather, but yet you can kind of see through it. And this feels like a very mystical psychic cup to me. I don't understand it. And interestingly, when I did a pre-shuffle and pulled cards, let them, I take the jumpers, let the cards jump out as they may. One of them from the Animal Oracle, one of them that came out is the peacock, which is often a symbol of psychic work. So I thought that was really interesting. So be gentle and kind to yourself and others, and be open to receiving messages. Be open to receiving messages from spirit. Be open to receiving messages from the living. What I'm also hearing is you may be surprised by where messages come from. If you're thinking of a song, you turn on the radio and it's there, and it's not like in the top 10 of the day. It's an unusual one you don't hear often. Then, or you just keep thinking of this song and humming it over and over again. Pay attention to that. There could be a message embedded in the lyrics. If you overhear a conversation or someone walks up to you and says something that's sort of like, oh my gosh, and it hits some memory or some chord with you, pay attention to that. Today is a day of messages and connecting. So you don't have to go looking for them. It will find you. And if this is your reading. All right, so let's get back to these animal allies. Peacock and vibrancy. You were born to shine and inspire. Practice humility to avoid jealousy. Be grateful. That's what I just said. Be grateful for life, and more good things will come. Be true to yourself and recognize your brilliance. And that's Peacock. Okay, and also psychic awareness. Be aware of incoming messages. And then the gentleness that I was feeling, this came up, sea turtle for protection. You are master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm and your path will unfold. They made a rhyme. Preserve and you will succeed. You have everything you need. Boy, they are up on the rhymes with this one. You will have everything you need to be protected and happy. Baby sea turtles are so vulnerable in that march to the ocean. But yet somehow the majority of them seem to, well, I guess the majority, but enough seem to make it to keep the population alive. So, yeah, that's a beautiful card. And then the last one was dolphin and play. So don't forget to play today. So be kind and gentle with yourself and others. But also, dolphins represent love to me. Commitment, compassion, devotion. Devotion, that word is ringing a bell. Okay. So in this instance, it can be playful, fun love. But in this instance, I feel like it means also heartfelt devotion. Swim in the happy joy of living. Isn't that it? Isn't that absolutely it? You got to live your life, honey. Live your life. Get on out there. Live it. Don't wait around for anyone or anything. Live your life now while you've got it. Inhale confidence and exhale fear. Dive into your wisdom. Go with the flow. What I just said just now, I could feel an older woman coming through. It felt like somebody's... I feel like it was a grandmother, but it was a grandmother that helped to raise someone in the collective, and she was more like a mother. And those were her words. Those were her words that came through. Honey, live your life while you got it. Okay, get out there. Don't waste it. Don't be reckless, but you're alive for a reason. Okay. All right. Thank you for that. And that's all. She's like, I'm done. That's it. All right. Thank you. Well, today we all got a grandmother who was like a mother and wanted to come through and tell us that. Because I think that was a message for all of us, but someone in particular will recognize the wording and the voice. Okay? And that message. That was something this person said all the time. What are you waiting for? Get on out there. Okay. Next, we're going to use the deck by Adam Barrelay. Today, I want to do some soft and gentle messages. I am going to use tarot decks, but I'll do that in a minute. Oh, moonstone right there. That is also another stone of being aware of the fluidity of messages in life. And I always see that as a very, moonstone and labradorite, which are actually basically... sister stones. They always feel like psychic stones to me. All right, these are just going wild. All right, I'm not going to read everything on the back because we'd be here for a couple hours. But, oh my gosh, let's see what the overarching messages are. Ah, and look which one fell on the ground. I almost wore a piece of amber today. Isn't this funny? And it's amber. This is considered a natural gemstone. Well, they're all natural because, but this is considered, it's I forgot what it's called. Somebody will remind me. I know you all know. But it's basically petrified tree sap. Okay, and depending on how old the sap is and how hard it is and how much it's kind of cured, and we're talking about millions of years here, that's how you know whether, I mean, it changes the name and color sometimes. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Amber, all right? This is a connection to light and trees in my mind. Okay, as I remove what no longer serves me, I make room for life and new blessings. Amber always feels very warm and protective. It's like having and all stones come from the earth. So, I mean, they all have that Mother Earth energy, but it's something about amber feels completely connected to the natural world in a different way. Okay. It's almost because I'm asking Spirit to help me out because I'm not making a lot of sense. And what I just heard was it's the blood of the tree. And so, I know that might be a little gross for some of you, but it actually helps to make it make sense. All right. And then these two came out together. Interesting, too, to come out together. Moldavite and Sugilite. I have so much in my life I'm grateful for. Under Moldavite and Sugilite, I am deserving of love and feel the love that surrounds me each day. All right. And also, both are very protective stones as well. Moldavite is from one place in the world and from a big meteor crash. So it's it's a meteoric glass mixed with earth and all that kind of thing. And it's a lovely, wonderful thing. And Sugilite is a whole lot like, a lot of people sometimes confuse it with purpurite. And both are very, in my mind, protective, naturally purple stones. So highly spiritual. So we got two highly spiritual stones, a protective heart healer stone, and then we get these two together. Interesting. Pyrite and Shiva Lingam, which is a naturally forming stone that is shaped into the form of an egg because of the way it rolls in the water. That's what I've heard. Often has to do with fertility, but then pyrite also has to do with protection. So a lot of protection stones, a lot of awareness stones. Opal is a highly psychic stone, has a very high vibration. Unakite, underrated, totally underrated stone. A pink and green stone, sometimes with a little bit of matrix of white in it, but usually just mainly green and pink. And it's, I see that and howlite very often as joy bringers. And howlite almost came out, but it didn't. And then rutilated quartz. And with golden rutile, a golden rutile quartz. So seeing the light. All right, I'm just going to leave those. You guys can look them up if you want, but we need to move on. And pick one if it resonates with you, and maybe try doing a meditation today with it. You can pick two, it doesn't matter. But, all right. All right. So I like leaving those for each individual because the message will resonate with you. I mean, they're stones from nature, and some celestial. So it's up to you what you choose and how you choose to look at those. We are going to get a direct message with Spirit Messages Oracle cards. Okay, these are printed right on the card. And then we'll get into tarot. What is the message? All that is, Mother, Father, God. What is the message? What is the message? What is the message? Okay, I'm just having issues with that one. All right, great. All right, and this one. All right. Oh, all right. That's why they were all wonky and sideways and every which way. Okay. Again, we have 3. 3 seems to be a big number today. Although with the crystal cards that came out 2, 2, and 2, well, that's still 6. Which break it down. 3, yeah, 3 is still coming up. But all right, okay, I'm in my head too much today. I'm way in my head too much today. All right, so the first one, take some time to rest and rejuvenate. We are getting a lot of validation of that first dominant message. Take some time to rest and rejuvenate. You need to pace yourself with the changes that are coming your way. Oh, because they are. They are all positive, bigger and better things are coming for you. Just relax and trust. So there it is. And I got that the other day. I was just sitting here and I was eating dinner of all things. And it was like, oh my God, my life is going to change massively very soon. And it was just like, okay. And I think all the growing pains have been happening over the last week. Now, that's just for me personally, but I also feel that sense for other people too. So if you have been doing things and you're like, why now is this happening the way it's I don't understand. So it's because there are big changes coming. Second card. Sit and those little things are stepping stones. It's like you're taking one step up the staircase with each one. And sometimes staircases can wear you out, just be aware of that. But it takes you to another floor, another level. All right. There we go. And this one is sit in silence for a moment and listen. The answers you have been seeking are finally coming to you. That was yesterday's reading. Truly trust and believe that you are going to make it and be exactly where you need to be. We are on this journey with you. Hang in there. It's not much longer. Man, that's more validation. Okay, and the last one. You are not moving too slowly. Drop the self-induced pressure. Thank you. Oh my God, I beat myself up all the time that I'm not doing enough or blah, 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 blah. We are. We wake up breathing. We're doing enough. You know what? We get our bills paid. We're doing enough. Sometimes you just got to take it easy on yourself. You are not moving too slowly. Drop the self-induced pressure. You are at the sweet spot between taking care of yourself and still making advancements on your goal. Taking one step up at a time on that staircase. On this path, there is no such thing as being behind. Smile, breathe, carry on. Okay. So ideas or sparks of ideas that you get or things that you want to change, it feels like they are going to be divinely guided to help you with taking the step up on the next. It's not a ladder because that takes effort. You got to hold on. This is like a nice, big, easy staircase. One step up. Take a look around, enjoy the view, another step up. And that might mean some things end and some things are like, ooh, I think I want to try this. I'm going to grab that off the shelf while I'm standing on the stair. And then you keep going up until you reach the whole new floor, whole new level, okay, whole new view. But if you don't take your time to get there, you're too winded to enjoy it. That's what it feels like. And that's the analogy they're giving me. All right. All right. Yeah, let's go ahead and try this. All right, so I haven't used this deck. This is a new one. It is Tarot of the Golden Wheel. Okay, this is is based in Slavic energies and images, and they're really pretty cards. They're like little watercolor paintings almost. I love the back, that sun image. Again, to me, that represents a sun image, even though it's a big wheel. They are very narrow, which I like. God, they're so long, and there's no way I can trim these down. I'd lose too much of the card. So they're just a little tricky to shuffle, okay? I'll be honest with you. A little tricky to shuffle because they're so long. If they were a bit shorter, they would almost be a pocket size, which would be perfect. But they are thin enough that they're easy to shuffle if you're interested in them. And I like the images. All right. What is the message for the collective? Spirit guides and guardians, what is the message? Mother, Father, God, what is the message what is the dominant energy for the collective about this walking up the staircase? Where are we going? For the collective, because I feel like that's what it's going to be about. That's what this whole general reading's been about. What is the next level? What part of life is it pertaining to? What does the collective need to know about what's coming? What is the next level? What is the next floor? What is the next view? What area of life is this about? Okay. Wow, just one came out. When I was kind of practicing and getting used to these, because they're kind of slick, woo, they were flying everywhere. So it's interesting that just one came out. Well, okay, here we go. The Lovers. And interestingly, this is the only card that I'm like, really? That's the picture you choose? That's the image you choose? So this is the one card I thought, I gotta see what the book says about this one, because this is not a typical Lovers card. And notice, green with envy. I love green, so I don't take that to heart, but that's what it was for this deck, with the little snake in the tall grass winding around. And then you have this one, and she's actually holding the cup of emotion, the cup of wellness. I'm sorry, I haven't had breakfast yet. There we go. And so, and the mountain behind is important. Okay. So what it said in the book about this card, and then I'm going to tap in intuitively, since this is the only one that came out, and I'm asking what part of life is this? In the book, they said it was about making decisions. And the Lover's card can be, but this one very specifically was about making decisions between what is good for you and what might be not so good for you, because there is some duplicitous activity going on. And snakes can be spirit carriers, snakes can be messengers. Snakes innately of themselves are not bad, but I just, in this instance and with this card, I keep thinking of that old song, God, this was a long time ago. I think it was the 70s. The snake is freezing and begs the woman to pick it up and warm it up and take it in, and so she does. And then as soon as the snake warms up, it bites and kills her. It was a venomous, deadly snake. And then it laughed the whole time, saying, well, I was a snake. What did you think I would do? So what, I know it's creepy, huh? Somebody made a song about it, and it was popular. And I remember it. So be careful of the decisions you make. Be careful of who you trust, and also make sure that you are looking with clarity. Psychic knowingness, but you can still, but this is still clear. So understand that not everyone has your best interests at heart, and maybe that's why it's okay to just sit in silence for a minute, observe, watch what's going on. Who is around you? What are their motivations? Because this one looks like you're going to have to make a choice, and you have two opportunities in front of you. Let's get some clarifiers on that. And I'm going to go to the Unfolding Path Tarot. This one just feels like, as far as tarot goes, a big hug. So this one felt like a good one to pick. So what is the clarifying message about this? What is the clarifying message about this particular Lover's card? What is going on here? Because I'm also asking, I don't play that kind of game, so I don't know what this is, but it's kind of getting my hackles up a little bit. It's like, if you're dealing with someone who's got someone else on the side, I think they just made their choice. So what is that? What is that about? I'm confused. And I don't like the arrogance. Mr. Man standing there in the center, male, female, doesn't matter, blah, blah, blah. You know the drill. But looking all arrogant, like, look what I got. One on either side. Not for long. All right. Huh. I just heard loyalty comes at a premium. If you are not sure that you can trust your person, and this is not for everybody, this is going to be a segment. This might be even a separate message entirely. Trust is paramount. Without trust, there's nothing. And it's all illusion. Okay. All right. I don't know. You deserve better. Someone needs to hear that. Okay. So, but about this particular card and this particular reading, what is the message? What is the dominant message for the collective today? What is the dominant message to help us understand and clarify this particular Lover's card for the collective? What is the message you want us to know? What decision? Tell us about the decision. Tell us about the decision. Okay. All right. All right. So, what do we have here? Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Yeah. I'm looking at what's on top. Aha. Okay. They said, and again, threes. So 1, 2, 3 came out, and then 1, 2, 3 right off the top. Okay. Yeah. And this one. Okay. And the one on the bottom. Wow. Oh. Okay. So I just keep pulling until they tell me to stop, and I pull from wherever they tell me to pull from. All right. So last deck, weird Lover's card that seemed a little uncomfortable. Someone is making a decision. Someone may be choosing. It could be you. You could be making a choice between two people, or somebody could be making a choice. And if it's way early days and it's just like a couple dates in, or you're not sure and blah, 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 that's normal. That's called dating. But if it's committed and you're like, we're doing just the two of us, and then they start looking, no, that's a whole different world. So loyalty is the premise of this particular tarot reading. All right. So when I ask for clarification, man, this is significant. What's going on here with this? Why is my... They're saying come back to it. Come back to what this is. Like this gravelly, weird... I even have a almost ammonia taste in my mouth and throat. I feel like someone may not be doing well, like they don't feel well. They're saying leave it alone, come back to it. Leave it alone, leave it alone. Okay, I'm going to leave it alone. I'll deal with that. I don't know what that's for, so they're telling me to wait. So I'm just going to wait. It may not have anything to do with you all. Something else I got to do. I don't know. All right, but about the Lover's card from the first deck, from the Golden Tarot of the Golden Wheel deck. All right, clarification from Unfolding Path. All right, the Moon. So there are things you don't know about. You're just living your life. It's kind of that feeling when one thing breaks, 2 or 3 other things are going to break, up to 5 things are going to break. Yeah. And this is the 10 of Wands. So you are dragging a heavy load right now. Dragging a heavy load. Okay. But you're going to do it. Interesting. A staircase. As soon as she gets to the top of the staircase, she's at her home, and I heard home free. So that staircase imagery came up again with this. All right. And then the 6 of Wands. Victory. You just got to keep doing what you're doing. Keep plugging away at it. Keep doing what you're doing. You focus on you. You focus on getting your life together and your life in order. It doesn't matter what's being hidden from you because you are still taking care of your life. Now, what happens as a result? Five of Wands. You are protected and you are setting boundaries. That's what I'm hearing, because I asked, what do I need to know about this card? As part of you taking care of your own life, and even though it takes a toll on you, you will get where you need to go. But set healthy boundaries. And it doesn't matter. You may find out, some of you will, some of you won't ever find out what was going on or what is going on, but it doesn't matter, because whereas this is a dark, kind of murky, cloudy, foggy looking card, these are pretty bright and light filled, even though there might be a little bit of a struggle. When you feel like you're biting off a lot, just understand this is the Lover's card that ends up coming out on top. Now, there is a far cry between these two Lovers cards. One is uncertainty about what to do and who to choose. Doesn't work in my world. You by not knowing, you made your choice. And then moving into this one. And how lovely and beautiful and wonderful. Absolute loyalty, absolute compassion, absolute passion. That's the goal. And it's followed up by the Ace of Cups, the lotus that grew out of the darkness and the depths, with a love-filled cup and a dove of peace. So all this struggle, setting your boundaries, living your life, ends up being the Four of Wands, which is celebration and union. And in this case, Three of Cups. And in this Three of Cups, it feels like a celebration, not anyone trying to cause problems or a distraction or whatever. This Three of Cups just looks like, and also the fates, like in Greek mythology. I'm also getting that this is sort of like a divinely embraced, whatever this is, celebration. So this feels like a good celebration. All right, so that's the outcome. And this could be you choosing you, because that's what it feels like. You choosing you. And even though it's kind of hard and you don't have any help, eventually you do. And it comes in the form of energetic and emotional love, commitment, and celebration. Okay. But you got to hold the line. You got to hold the line strong, very strongly. Okay. And set boundaries. If you feel like that you're not getting the full story, you're probably not. Trust your intuition. That goes back to the very first message. That goes back to the very, very first dominant energy message about notice synchronicities, notice incoming messages, and be aware of what they are, and realize what they are. Use your psychic knowing. All right. If something doesn't feel right, ask Spirit to help give you clarification and bring you the answer that you seek. Help you to be able to accept whatever that answer is. And to round this off for today, we're going to use the Oracle of the Fairies. And let's find out just one last message to leave this on. What is a message? And I'm seeing a piece of amber in my head, so there's a link to that too. All right. What is the message for the collective? What is the last word on this particular reading that you want to leave with the collective? This one was standing out. Wisdom. Have you ever been told that you're wise beyond your years? Now is the time to call upon your inner fairy wisdom to help you with a challenge. Yeah. So follow your gut, trust your gut. And it opened up to this temptation. That first Lover's card. Are you in denial about an unhealthy habit, perhaps one that makes you feel guilty? This fairy says you have the power to overcome temptation, whatever its guise. And yet again, another snake. So temptation. All right, you're about to get a message. You're about to get a message today. And I think it's going to help you to understand and make a decision about where you fit into things. Okay? That's what it feels like. And again, this isn't going to be for everyone, but that's definitely what it feels like. So, all right. Be gentle with yourselves today. Be kind and gentle with yourself and others as much as possible. Everybody's going through something. We may not always know what it is. Okay. All right. I'm sending love to all of you. Be well, take care, and I will see you on Monday morning. Be well.